Hi and welcome to this Blueberry Markets video update with me, John Kibler, head currency analyst. In this video I'm going to take you through the week ahead analysis. We're going to go over some of the news of the upcoming week as well as some charts of interest. So again, we've got a slow news week in terms of high impact data. It all kicks off really with CPI coming out of Australia. Now, this will be a really key event on the radar this week. The Australian Consumer Price Index, or CPI, is expected to fall from 1.9% to 1.3%, and this drop in inflation is likely to weigh on the Australian dollar, particularly as we approach a seasonally weak period for the currency. So historically, the Australian dollar tends to underperform during the end of April through to the end of May, and this year kind of looks like there's no exception to that. Meanwhile, in the United States, you can see that we've got some data out this week. We've got the advanced GDP quarter on quarter, with growth expected to fall from 2.6% to 2%, and we've got the unemployment claims that follow that, which seems to be a rise from 245k to 249k. So again, some data there which shows a little bit of a slowdown in the US economy, which would be welcomed by the Federal Reserve. Moving on from here, then we've got the strength meter, the Swiss franc, the strongest currency at the moment. The Swiss franc bond yields were almost at a sale price after the Credit Suisse takeover by UBS, and we can expect maybe the Swiss franc to hold that strength a little bit, although being in that +7 area can lead to a currency reversing that strength. So it'd be one to watch going into this week to see if there's some potential reversals. Dollar gained a little bit of strength, even though we looked at it on the dollar index last week. The price was very range bound, so expecting maybe a little bit of a breakout higher here according to the strength meter. If we move on to some charts of interest, then we've got the Aussie dollar. We talked about this in a short video last week. If you do watch the shorts, then you'll notice that we talked about the potential bearish flag pattern that's been forming here. So I think if price was to break down through these lows and break through the 0.6575, then there could be an opportunity for price to head to 0.65, 0.64, or ultimately the 0.62 handle. When price does create these type of patterns, we can often see a breakout in the direction where the pattern first came into. So we saw the impulse down, bearish sideways movement. Are we going to get another impulse leg down? New Zealand US dollar was another one we expected to continue to drop. We expected price to come down towards the 0.61. It's heading that way now. If price does test that and break through it, then it could open the door for a move all the way down to the 0.5550 again. However, if price does reject here, we could see a little bit of a move back to the upside. But Kiwi very, very weak at the moment, so it'd be expected to see the potential breakdown of this level. Aussie yen, interesting market to watch seasonally. The Australian dollar is a little bit weaker coming into the end of April and into May, so I'm expecting potentially a little bit more downside. We tested the 90.50 handle here and formed a bit of a rejection candle, so that could open the door for a move down to the 87.80 area, or even down to the 86 handle here. Finally, gold. I'm looking at the monthly. I want to see how the monthly closes next week, because that monthly candle does look quite inviting to suggest that price is working within this potential range, and that price could potentially trade all the way back down to the $1,800 here. Could expect potentially a move down to 1730, or even a whole move down to 1635. I think that's going to really take some huge economic catalyst to drive prices to that. So I don't really see that whole move playing out right now. But you know, if price does trade the whole range, then that's what we could be looking at from gold from a monthly time frame. So definitely something to keep your eyes on going into this week. I hope you enjoyed the video. Look forward to speaking to you in the next one. Leave this video a thumbs up if you like all the content and subscribe to the channel. Thank you.